Today's topic is, what are the hottest industries that you should be focused on funding? And the first thing that I want to say here is, when you're putting together a marketing plan, doesn't matter what business is, but especially true in the business funding space, if you can niche down and focus on providing funding for a certain niche, learn everything about that niche, what are their pain points, what special language do they use when they talk about building their business and helping their clients, and obviously in any business, they are going to have different needs, right? And they're not going to translate it directly into saying, I need more funding. And now when you ask, well, why don't you, invest in that marketing campaign? Why don't you invest in that coaching program? Why don't you invest in those virtual events and the sponsorships? And the number one answer you're going to get unequivocally is, I'm a little short on cash capital and funding. And that's where you step in. No problem. I can provide the best funding options for you. So that's where it starts, understanding what are their pain points, what are they struggling with, and then the next thing is picking an industry that you want to serve. And obviously, this video today is all about, well, what are the hottest industries, Leo, so that I can target those industries? I'm glad you asked. I generate tens of thousands of funding leads every single year, and I don't spend advertising dollars. I build relationships with referral partners that send those leads into our business. So let's talk about what the top hottest niches are that you can be focused on to generate unlimited lead gen. So number one is actually going to be just an online done for you business. There are lots of online coaching businesses and people teaching others how to build these businesses, and they might set up their entity and their website and some of their marketing campaign and their branding. I signed up a new business coach yesterday. Guy is absolutely killing, and he does a lot of done for you services for online businesses or for brick and mortar businesses that want to have more of an online presence. One of the next hottest spaces is a digital marketing agency. There's a lot of people that are launching digital marketing agencies who are really good at marketing on TikTok, as long as it doesn't get banned in the US, or they're very good at marketing on Instagram or Facebook, or creating Facebook groups or YouTube or Google search. Whatever it is, they specialize in providing marketing services and doing digital marketing for that. And so that's one of the hottest business niches that you can be providing funding for. And then it's a two-tier deal, right? Those clients that they bring in, they might also need funding for their clients. So it becomes this two-tier system where you can really get a lot of great referral partners, a lot of unlimited lead gen by focusing in on serving the digital marketing space. The next hottest market out there is e-commerce. We see it every year, and this was accelerated during the pandemic, that e-commerce stores on Amazon, on Walmart, on Shopify have just been trending upwards. And the data and the stats show they're going to continue to trend upwards. But what is the common denominator issue they have? Well, if they're going to build a decent business in the e-commerce space, guess what they need? Guess what their number one pain point is? Inventory, right? So you need to have money to have the inventory on tap to be able to send out immediately to your customer. Or if you're using Amazon fulfillment, right, then the inventory needs to be sitting in an Amazon warehouse. And so that requires a lot of upfront money before the sale is made. So we've talked about online businesses in general. We've talked about digital marketing agencies being a very hot niche. We've talked about e-commerce being a very hot niche. One of the next hot niches, and this niche will be hot, forever, is going to be real estate investing, right? Because there's so many different pieces to real estate investing, right? There's real estate investing with wholesaling. There is real estate investing with Airbnb properties. They need them for fix and flips. They need them for multifamily. All of these real estate investors, the one thing they have in common is they never have access to enough cash and enough money. And so for you to focus on getting funding for real estate investors will always be a niche that will do well. And there's so many different real estate groups and coaches and associations. So that is a red hot niche that you're going to want to focus on if you want to kill it in the funding space and get focused on the best, hottest niches where you can provide funding to hundreds, if not thousands, of people and businesses. The last one I'm going to leave you with is the trading industry. And I'm not saying, trading in crypto that you would give them funding to go trade. That would be highly, dangerous and risky, but there's a lot of trading education programs out there that might be $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000, and for them to be able to build a trading fund and be able to do it successfully, they oftentimes are going to need to have access to money to pay for the education, and that's where the financing can come in. Those are the top funding niches that you should be focused on to build your funding empire. Those people need access to capital, and especially if you can tell them, hey, we've got 0% interest funding options for you. Very, very powerful. And if you want to learn more about offering 0% interest business funding to these hot niche new small business owners, there's an amazing resource we created. It is free. It is fundasee.com. The link's right below. It's Fundasee Fund, and then usi.com. You can get free access to our school community where we have weekly workshops, a number of different free trainings and recorded previous workshops. We have a community where we answer questions in a social media format. These school communities are awesome. So check out fundasee.com and build your funding empire in 2025.